good morning all. That's us leaving the wee campsite in Loch Carron. We're now heading back inland actually to have a look for Loch Ness. The Loch Ness Monster. Wendy wants to see the Loch Ness Monster, don't you love?
I do.
So if Wendy wants to see something, then we're going to jolly well see it. We had some really bad rain last night. I mean, it didn't affect us. It was just loud on the outside of the motorhome, you know. Felt sorry. I felt really sorry for those people in tents, and there were, you know, a good couple of families in tents. So if you stay at the wee campsite, the toilets are not the best. It's you know, I've seen a lot worse, a lot worse in my travels. There's someone behind us, and but they're just basic, you know. Watch the angle of the camera, it's pointing down. But they're just basic. Unisex toilets, unisex showers. Not that that doesn't bother me at all, but it bothers other people. You can hear people going to the toilet next to your shower and all that kind of good stuff.
They're dirty.
Yeah, they are dirty. Yeah, Wendy's right. They are dirty.
And it's a shed.
Yeah. So if you, I'm being polite actually. If you go for a shower, you need to shower in flip flops. I mean, I had a shower this morning, and the showers are lovely and hot, and there's loads of space, and there's a window you can open to let the steam out. So everything you want from a shower is there. It's just a bit grotty, if I'm honest. But there you go. I think Wendy would be a lot more.
There's no heating in it, so it's cold.
Yeah, okay. A lot, yeah.
When you get out of a hot shower, you're going to freeze. It's not going to be a pleasant experience.
So this road is quite busy. This is the road from Loch Carron across to Loch Ness. We did about 101 miles today. We're not actually staying at Loch Ness. We're going to then go to Fort William for the night. This is a busy road for a single track road. There's nothing I hate worse than just people rammed up your backside. Not worse, is there, than people up your backside? Yeah. Okay. Off we go. Went to the pub last night, which is down from the campsite, and then it's actually a hotel, which was really nice. So if you're the type of people like us who like to come to a place where there's a bit of life, a campsite, a clubhouse, we do like that. But then again, we do like the austere locations as well. So we like a bit of a mixture of both, really. So onwards to Loch Ness. Let me give you some of the views now over as we leave Loch Carron on the road. Carron. It's like Spanish, isn't it? So I had to ask a guy how to pronounce it because it's Carron with a C.
And it's a double R.
And it's double R. Which in Spanish is a R sound. R. Like marron is brown in Spanish. Well, Carron.
Not that they rolled the R's, but...
They don't roll R's, no.
Oh dear. So it's very difficult to see the view. It's absolutely stunning, but it's through the trees. So I'm going to stop it now. Unless when we come round this corner, there's going to be a view in there. Yes and no.
So we're now in the massive car park to Ben Nevis. It's pouring down. That's Ben Nevis up there. But we're going to see if we can pay to stay in here tonight. We were going to stay in Fort William, but there is a massive crash on the way into Fort William on the approach road. We're only about, I don't know, 2 miles away really, and they've closed the road off, so there must be a fatality, and they're turning everyone around. So we've decided to come here. It was on Park for night, and down as an option. It's £15 a night, but it's literally just down the road from where we were queuing to get down the road into Fort William. Shame we couldn't stay in Fort William, but these things happen. I just hope, you know, well, they blocked the road off for a reason, so I just hope whatever went on down there works out for them, and the person or people are okay. But yeah, there was helicopters and police cars and ambulances and God knows what else. Yeah, our thoughts go out to them. So that's the cable car going up to, I suppose, the top of Ben Nevis really. Nevis Range Base Camp Hotel. And like I say, it's a big old place, £15 a night. So we're going to inquire how much it is to, where to pay. Yeah. I think we're going to go in there. So before we go in there, I just wanted to get out of the rain. It's a huge, huge car park. And it says on the machine, it says pay here when you're leaving. So she'll do that tomorrow morning. I suppose this is the information sign saying you are here, and you can take the gondola up to the top as far as it goes. Now this covered area, doing various activities, mainly mountain biking, ski passes, mountain bike areas, cycle club, gift shop closed, and then round here it's actually gondolas themselves to take you all the way up. I don't think I'd get Wendy on one of those. She is scared of heights at the best of times. Right. Catch you later. Well, good morning, and we're just leaving Fort William. We had a pretty restless night last night. It wasn't noisy. We just didn't sleep very well, which is a bit weird. But now we're on the road again. It was a quiet location, there's nothing wrong with it, it just didn't sleep very well. And now we've gone through Fort William and we're heading on to Glencoe. Got a bit of admin to do when we get in Glencoe. We have got to get diesel, we have got to get LPG, and we've got to get some more rations to last us the rest of the journey. After that, we're going to go down to Glasgow to meet an old friend of ours. I shouldn't say old like that, really, should I? An old friend of ours, Rachel Mortimer. She's changed her last name now, but Rachel. It was Rachel Mortimer when you were 30 years ago. One of my wife Wendy's best friends. We're going to meet up, have a coffee, have a chat, catch up, and then be on our way. But the reason I've come through Fort William and Glencoe, well, firstly, there was the LPG availability. Hopefully, when we get there, there's LPG. It does say on the LPG Near Me app that there's LPG at this place. And secondly, because it's the most scenic way out. And thirdly, because it's probably the most direct route to where we want to go. It's lovely driving through. I do like the skinny tracks, the challenge of the skinny tracks over the mountain tops and around the peninsulas. Equally like this. it gives me actually more time, just a few more seconds to look around before I've got to pay attention to what I'm doing. This lovely coastal route, well, I say coastal, it's obviously going on the side of the loch. It was a bit moody last night. It rained a little bit, but not very much, nowhere near as the night before. And tonight we've got, well, today we've got lovely sunshine for now. I'm going to hand over to Wendy now to take some more footage and eventually switch the camera off. So this is the road that goes from Fort William through Glencoe to back to Glasgow, and it is so picturesque. It's quite challenging because it's a busy road and the people are going about their jobs, and it's, you know, there's no time to slow down to have a look. There are loads of places to pull off and stop. Taking the views.
Wow,
like that.
I can't do it. Your camera's gonna not need editing, because I think your camera's probably up a bit when I was taking a photograph, as well as hopefully I caught it on there.
On a David Stirling memorial. Obviously those people in the know, David Stirling was one of the original officers to find or to start 22 SAS all those years ago, after the long range desert patrol wasn't sufficient enough. That's the David Stirling Memorial there. That's a bit of a random found. We're on the A84, which, by the way, is a fantastic road. Just linking in to drop down into Stirling to go to Glasgow, and on this B road. And then we just found the David Stirling Memorial. Fantastic. So that's us. Back in England at the end of the NC 500. We stayed at a little campsite last night in Moffat. It's called the Frog Campsite. It was quite nice, quite basic, but alright. And there's a pub within 200-300 metres.
Shame about the dogs.
Yeah, actually there was a yappy dog in the house that is by the side of the campsite, which was a bit annoying. Yeah, it was. So the NC 500 then, wow, I've really enjoyed it. Really great experience and a really good education on, you know, what Scotland's like, what's it all about, the people. And by doing the NC 500, it gives you structure to go up the east coast, along the top of the north and down the west coast. I would definitely recommend that you go anti-clockwise. I started off planning to go around clockwise. But after watching a few videos and reading a few reports, the recommendations were there to go anti-clockwise, and it's right. The East Coast is lovely, and there's lots to see, castles and what have you, but the beauty and the splendour of the West Coast is just awe-inspiring. What I would say is, if you were to plan to go in season, definitely book the campsites. I mean, we were unlucky once, but we were so lucky on about 3 occasions that there was a place there, or sort of cancellation, or able to squeeze us in, that yeah, we were lucky. So tip number 1 is make sure you book your campsites, or try and book your campsites. Tip number 2 is the driving conditions. So if you were to go around the peninsula in the bad weather, it would be quite testing in a motorhome. Not bad, not impossible, far from impossible. But if the weather was up and the wind was up, it'd be quite a test. And the road from over to Loch Carron, across the heights, that actually was the most testing part of the journey. That is thin, and it is quite steep, up and down. So if you are not a confident driver, and you're driving a motorhome for the first time, then you might want to think about going round. I mean, you saw from the video, it's not for the faint-hearted, that's for sure. But on the flip side, the views are really rewarding. You get some fantastic views. And the 84, 86, the one that joined up from where we finished off to Glasgow. 84. That was spectacular as well. Through Fort William down to Glasgow. As far as the time of year, we didn't see any midges or any mosquitoes at all. I didn't anyway. And that was quite warm going up the east coast and across the north. And it was rainy, a little bit rainy coming down the west coast, but nothing to spoil any activity. But we didn't see any midges, and it's May now.
A lot of campers were garbed up with all their mozzie and midgie.
Yeah, they're all garbed up with it, but
Maybe being on grass, you would know it's the floor.
Yeah.
Being on hard standing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I think the shoulder seasons again are probably the best time to go. And actually, the shoulder seasons kind of, I know it's awful, but there's less people on the road, there's less, the kids out on holidays, and it's just easier to drive those conditions. We were lucky with the weather. It's raining now, but we're heading down south now. We're going to stop in that place we stopped at, Preston, on our first night. We're going to stop there, and then we're going to head back down to Bristol, back home. And then I've got a whole load of editing to do. But for now, from Wednesday night, we're going to say goodbye from our NC 500 adventure. Catch you on the road, guys.